everybody, and welcome to the Wealthy LaLa Show with myself, Laurie Laursen. Today is episode, what is it? 203-2. Yeah, all right. So, today is Mini Reading Wednesday, and the cards that popped that wanted to be read today are the Mystical Wisdom card deck. Written by Gaye Guthrie and the art by Josephine Wall. I tell you, I am definitely on the tail end of this biological upgrade. And for those of you who are not sure what I'm talking about, when I went to a Dr. Joe Dispenza advanced workshop this couple weeks ago, I guess I came home just over a week ago already. Oh my God, really? Jeepers. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Anyways, yeah, I've been home for over a week already. Imagine that. So anyways, it's very common when you do that much meditating, that much going within, you actually change the biology of your cells, and what doesn't serve you anymore can come up and out. And in this case, it looks like what could be a cold. So it's seriously been the easiest one I've ever had because I just didn't let myself get excited about it. I just let it be what it was, and it just has been. So, yeah. So, anyways, those cards, Mystical Wisdom cards. So, just want you guys to think about if you have a particular question or you just want to hear whatever you hear. If it's one card, I get that we're going to be pulling 3 cards. So, I've just been shuffling them while we've been talking. 2 and okay, 3. So we got 3 cards. Oh, these are beautiful. This Josephine Wall. I know I say this every time I use her cards, but I love Josephine Wall. If you Google images of Josephine Wall, you'll see what I mean. And my daughter and I, even when my daughter was younger, we had puzzles that had images with it. And okay. So I know, focus, Laurie. Okay, we got 3 cards. And I'm just opening my heart and putting my awareness out into the quantum, into the void, into the divine, into all the infinite possibilities. The bullet. Okay. So for me, the left card is the one that's popping the most. Let's see what magic comes out of it. And I got choices. Make the best choices. So this is beautiful. See what this card says. All right. Human nature comes with the greatest responsibility. And I actually heard this about the word responsibility rather than it being like heavy, like we often see it as, like, I have this responsibility. We have the ability to respond. Like, doesn't that just open up a whole different possibility when you look at a word that way? So, human nature comes with the greatest responsibility, free will to make the choices and to accept the consequences of one's actions, words, and thoughts. Everyone makes the choice to accept situations as they are or take the responsibility to change them. Make the decisions that are best for you, as you will never be able to please everyone. Choose your actions based on your own personal values, regret nothing, and your choice determines the consequences. And so the mantra for this card is I take responsibility for my choices. And imagine if you turned it to I have the ability to respond with choices. Okay. Middle card, competition. So summon the courage and self-confidence. This is really interesting. Okay, I'll tell you guys why after. So draw upon your self-belief and mental stamina. Assert yourself and go after what you want. You need to maintain your position in work, business, sport, or study. Accept that there is a challenge ahead as you strive against others who ultimately want the same recognition as you. You may feel that you're struggling to keep your head above water as the opposition gains ground, but you are encouraged to defend your position without compromise or negotiation. You need to find the courage, persistence, and determination that will ultimately lead you to victory. mantra is, I have the competitive edge to overcome my opponents. And like, I would even change this a little bit. Like, rather than it being like us and them, there is no competition. No one can compete with you. You are you, and they are them. There is no competition. So even if you have 10 people that are doing massage therapy, every one of them is going to have a different touch, a different personality, and impact different people a different way. There is no competition. That's what I'm loving about like Dr. Joe's work. One of the things he has us do often in meditations is tap into the energy of oneness, tap into the energy of wholeness. And when that's the case, like, is there actually competition? So to me, I would read this card as competition, as summon courage and self-confidence, like to be yourself, to be, honor, acknowledge who you are. Okay. All right. And with the mantra, I have the competitive edge to overcome my opponents. I wonder if you have the competitive edge to overcome yourself and all the beliefs that you have about others and yourself, that you're separate, that someone has more or less than you. So, ooh, that's a bit of a wedgie, hey, people? And a wedgie means like you kind of got a little poke, right? Okay, so the third one is children. The third card. Know that your children are protected. It's interesting. They're all C words today. They're all right beside each other in the book. So know that your children are protected. All parents, first and foremost, responsibility is to keep their children safe from harm. The angels want to reassure you that all is well. Your children in heaven and on earth are loved and protected by God and the angels. Your children function at their best when they are loved, cherished, and feel secure within their home and family environment. So the mantra is, my children are happy and safe. And again, for those of you that don't have children, or maybe children at home, that you could be speaking towards grandchildren if you have a question in your world about them. And then also it could be about your fur babies. And I'm also even getting, which is actually really loud, for those of us that are having a new beginning. A new beginning can be like birthing a new child. So a new job, a new relationship, a new entrepreneurship, a new adventure, whatever that is for you, to know that you and what you're asking for or you're creating is safe from harm. Now, what's really interesting about this is I've talked about Abraham-Hicks before. So Esther and Jerry Hicks. Esther channels a group of beings called Abraham, and they did a whole bunch of different decks of cards. I'm not too sure how many, 6, 8, 10. And this particular deck, the Law of Attraction card, wanted me to pick one card from it. And it kind of actually goes in line with some of them, especially the first card called Choices. And it says, I am selfish enough to want to feel good. So on the back, it says, you cannot perceive life from any other perspective than from that of yourself. Selfishness is the sense of self. Unless you are selfish enough to care about how you feel, and therefore direct your thoughts in such a way that you are allowing a true connection to your inner being, you have nothing to give another anyways. Everyone is selfish. It is not possible to be otherwise. So for those of you that required that message, it wanted to show up for today. So yeah, I just overall kind of looking at these cards, and to me, it's like I'm getting to make the best choice, summon courage and self-confidence, and know that your children or your ideas that you're birthing, that you're stepping into, that you're desiring, whether it be a new job, relationship, etc., are protected. And yeah, I just want to read this one from Abraham-Hicks again. You cannot perceive life from any other perspective than from that of yourself. Selfishness is the sense of self. unless you are selfish enough to care about how you feel and therefore direct your thoughts in such a way that you're allowing a true connection to your inner being, you have nothing to give another anyways. Everyone is selfish. It's not possible to be otherwise. Wow. Okay. Well, that would really take that out of the picture, hey? If people are like accusing themselves of being selfish or someone else of being selfish, what if that's the very way we are to be? Now, what I've discovered, especially since coming home from this workshop, I'm just saying that it's louder. I know I've been doing these meditations for a year or over a year. It's been clearer and clearer as time has gone on that this has been really loud for me. But the more I am taking care of myself, the more I am meditating, the more I'm connecting with the source, divine, God, my awareness, like whatever you want to call it, the more I choose that, the more I I have just a natural, innate generosity of spirit that I have for others. It's like giving from a full cup. And I just want to say for any of you that are not sure if you want to try this meditation thing, do find what works for you. It could be yoga. It could be meditation. It could be a different kind of meditation. There's so many different kinds out there. There's really cool apps like Insight app. There's another one, Calm. You go on there and you can find 5, 10, 20-minute meditations. you know um, Take the time to meet yourself with that. And and some people journal. Like some people will literally just journal, and that's where they find themselves. It's another beautiful way of meeting yourself. And when we were at the Dr. Joe workshop, we'd be doing definitely more than one meditation in a day. And I remember one day we were going to head into our third one. And it's so funny because I find Dr. Joe Dispenza incredibly interesting and his subject matter very interesting. And part of me was like, okay, would you stop talking? Because I want to get into the meditation because I want to meet myself again. Mm. And if that's selfishness, like think about it. Everyone is selfish. It's not possible to be otherwise. You're always coming from yourself, your perspective, your point of view. And what if that's actually the kindest thing that you could do for you, for the others around you? For those of us that have chosen to be mums in this lifetime, what if you taking time for yourself and whatever that looks like for you gives your kids permission to give what they need to themselves also. And because there is such a congruence of, when you meet those people that really have a genuine self-care for themselves, that they love themselves enough to choose it, whether it's meditation, the journaling, the yoga, a combination, dancing, walking, whatever it is, gardening, whatever gets you in that place, that when you choose that for you, you know, have you ever had that experience where when you do, you come out just so full? You feel full of life. You feel inspired. You feel kind. It's like life looks brighter. The other day I was doing one of those walking meditations, and when I was walking in my backyard and I stopped and did the meditation part and then I opened my eyes, it was like the whole backyard was just like, whoa, like singing angels. The colors were vibrant. And I was like, whoa. The other day too, when I saw a rainbow, it was like my heart, oh, it's just beautiful. Like I've always loved rainbows, but this was just something incredible. And yeah. So, looking at these cards again, really, make the best choices for yourself. Summon the courage and self-confidence and know that the only competition can ever really truly be is with yourself. And I wonder how playful and fun you could actually make that. And then children, know that your children are protected. And this is another thought that I even got with it. Know that your inner child is protected if that's something that needs healing and taken care of and loved up. And, again, just for good measure, this card, I'm selfish enough to want to feel good. You cannot perceive life from any other perspective from that of yourself. Selfishness is the sense of self. Unless you are selfish enough to care about how you feel, and therefore direct your thoughts in such a way that you're allowing a true connection to your inner being, you have nothing to give another anyway. Everyone is selfish. It's not possible to be otherwise. So, on that note, I'm so grateful. Thank you for listening, once again. And, if you have friends or you have anybody who might, be interested in listening to me, please share it. I'd be so grateful. So, thank you. And have a great day.